Shalom, shalom, it was real. Back today with a lesson that been on my mind a few days. Father put it on there. So, Israel, they don't, few things Israel don't like. One thing they don't like to be told what to do with you. You won't be told what to do. That means that you don't like correction. So today, rather tonight actually, I'm here to bring this message that the Father put on my mind to bring out to my loving royal family, Israel. And I hope all is well. I miss y'all, but the lesson will be called Israel Hate Correction. And we know they hate correction because we know some of the things they did. Still to this day, our people hate correction. Our people don't like to be told what's right. So, it's a few things if you don't like, you won't be able to be corrected. And we're going to talk about them things today, Israel. We definitely going to talk about them things today. Like I say, I hope all is well with y'all. Miss y'all back in action. Phone got messed all the way up, so But the Father always good still. He still allow you to get that work done, Probably needed that break. But, back. Like I say, the lesson will be Israel hate correction. We're going to start this out in Deuteronomy 28, verses 1 through 15. Now you're going to see what the Father was doing to Israel. We were trying to get them to do. But also going to see when the Father said, forget all that. This is what's going to happen if you don't do. Because our people don't like to be correction. He was correcting them from leaving Egypt to the lands he had blessed them with, just like he told us. The lands you go where I will bless you if you follow these instructions, do these directions. When you stumble, he correct you and you keep doing what you're supposed to do. But if not, if you don't like correction, you know what else going to happen to you. So, we going to talk about all that today in this lesson. So let's get started in Deuteronomy 1, chapter 28, 1 through 15. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy Yah, to observe and to do all his commandments which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy Yah will set thee high above all nations of the earth. So the Father willing to set us high above everybody. He picked us. But our people, they don't like correction. We're going to keep reading. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. The love, the joy, the spirit, all the things that the Father had planned for our people then, our people now, our people don't want it. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy Yah. But see how people they don't want to hearken to the Most High Yah. You sure? They don't want to hear him. They want to do what man tell them to do. And we know what these men, they like listening to. They pastors and deacons and all that foolishness. They like to listen to a man they got the same blood, same flesh we got. That's what they like to listen to. Still listen to the book. Book tell you everything. And the Father got males also and queens also in line to give you this word. For you can get understanding of this word. But Israel, do they want it? No, you can see they don't want it. Only a few want it. Not all. Just a few. But let's keep going. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit. See, we're gonna get into this. Blessed shall be the fruit of the body. That means your children are gonna be blessed. But see, as you see now, these children getting destroyed, getting killed in schools, getting killed in grocery market, getting killed walking down the road. Kids getting destroyed. You know why? Because our people don't want to harden to the word. They don't want correction. They play the get along game with the fleshly people. But let's keep going. In the fruit of thy ground, that's why you can't grow crops no more. It ain't just cause you're getting the food shortened. The Father tired of this land that we living on, all the stuff we did on this land. He just sick of it. Let's keep going. In the fruit of thy cattle, you see all these animals dropping dead. Cattle, fishes, the things that we need to have to survive, they all going down the drain slowly but surely right now. So let's get back to it. An increase of thy kind, that means that you can your family, so, and the flocks of thy sheep, so our people is getting a decrease because they don't want to follow what the book say. They don't want to do what this book say. Now you seeing families getting smaller and smaller by the year. Smaller and smaller. Father just taking them on out. They don't want to harden to the word. They don't want the correction. The Father get them right up out of him. But let's keep going. Bless y'all be they basket in thy stores. Now you go to stores and stuff now, people griping, complaining about 2 or 3 items on their cart. Why? Because they so high. You can go to your average grocery store or dollar store, you get a few items, you just spend $20, $30, buy 5, 6 items. It ain't gonna even last you till the week is out. But see, the Father, he about his business, and he doing what he say he gonna do in the book. Let's keep reading. Blessed shall thou be when thou comes in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goes out. See, like now we ain't blessed when we leave and go places. Sometimes you don't know they're gonna be your last time leaving out that door. Because a lot of our people, they leave out the door, but they don't come back. A lot of people you talk on the phone today, you won't talk to them tomorrow. They won't be no longer here with us. But we would have been blessed for all that. But our people chose not to be blessed. They chose to do what they want to do the ways of the heathens. Let's keep going. The Most High shall cause thy enemy that rise up against thee be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before the 7 ways. That's how it used to be. Like now, your enemies ain't thinking about you. Enemy taking you out the game. Just pay attention to all the shootings. Pay attention to what they doing this stuff at and where they doing it at. But let's not leave out Israel kill Israel too. So we ain't gonna leave that out either. Let's keep going. The Most High shall command thee blessings upon thee in the storehouse and in all that thou settest thy hands unto. He will bless our hands with the work we were doing. We were gaining more. Now you got to have 2 or 3 jobs to maintain. Not to have anything, just to maintain. But we know the Father do everything. If he wants you with 2 or 3 jobs to maintain, you're going to have 2 or 3 jobs. If he wants you with 1 to maintain, you have 1 or 2. But it's all what the Father wants to do. And and that means that if you're doing what you're supposed to do, he going to do what he's supposed to do by you. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy Yah giveth thee. That even to this day. He'll bless you long as you're doing right by him. The Most High shall establish thee a holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High Yah, and walk in his ways, not your ways, in his ways. See, he can correct you. You can't correct yourself. The Father correct you with this book. That's why you got to stay in the book. To be corrected. Not no man. I can't correct you. Can't nobody correct you but the Father and the Son. That's it. But we got to want to read this book. We got to want the correction when it comes. Correction ain't don't feel good. Correction make you look at yourself. And that's a good thing when you have to look at yourself. A lot of people look at themselves in the mirror, they don't like what they see, so they go to the gym. A lot of people don't like what they see. After they go to the gym, they go get plastic surgery. Think about it, Israel. If you don't like what you see, you don't like how your life working out, get in the book and take the correction. So, okay, let's keep going. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the MostHigh, and they shall be afraid of thee. See, that was then. Them days coming back very soon, Israel. Sooner than we think. Because time is moving. So get ready, Israel. So that's why it's so important to keep this word, so important to be able to be corrected. Let's keep going. And the Most High shall make thee plenty in good, in the fruit of thy body. Once again, kids, children, all of it gonna have it again. And in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Most High sworn unto the fathers to give thee. It's still gonna happen. He's still gonna give us that land. He's still gonna do all the things what he said. He just ain't gonna give us the land. We're gonna be rulers of the world, Israel. Let's keep going. The Most High shall open unto thee his good treasures. Ooh, good treasures. Oh my goodness. You know what them good treasures is. All right, we'll talk about them in a minute. The heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the works of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations. Lend to many nations. And thou shalt not borrow. Because that's all Israel, that's all people, most of Israel can do right now is borrow. We ain't in no position to lend to other nations. You know, but they'll be coming back soon. And the Most High shall make thee the head and not the tail. Thou shalt not be what beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Most High Yah, which I commanded thee this day to observe and to do them still to this day. See, because we the tail now. Ain't none of us no head. The tail. They tell us what to do. We don't tell them what to do. Even if you got your own company, guess what? You paying them. You paying them. Let's keep going. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I commanded thee this day, to the right hand or the left hand, to go after other gods, to serve them. And see, that's the problem with Israel. Israel loves serving other gods, other people, other things. They don't like serving the Father. They don't like serving the Son. No, they don't like serving the Most High. They don't like serving Yahshua. It come with correction. It come with keeping the commandments. It come with doing the things that they got in this book for us to have everlasting life, salvation for them. Not for no man, for them. Let's keep going, but that finishes up verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High, they are to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And have all these curses have come upon us, still upon us, still overtaking us. Still doing it. Just like they got this. I had to talk about it for a minute. The lesson gonna be kind of long, so hey, gonna be one of those. But I'm going to talk about a few things before I get deep into the lesson. That's just like this Juneteenth bull crap. They about to celebrate. A lot of our dumb people about to celebrate. See, our people like celebrating what the heathen do to us. They so dumb. Straight just dumb. They love to celebrate slavery stuff. All these old pagan nothing holidays, all about how they did us enslaved. We still in slavery. We not gonna not be in slavery till the Father send his son back. That's when we will be out of slavery. Israel. So just get it together. That's why he said you got to suffer. You got to endure this fight. Because if you don't endure this fight, guess what? You're gonna be with the 2/3. Not with that remnant that no man know, you will not be with that. So, Israel, get your mind straight. Stop celebrating all this dumb stuff. Some people still probably trying to sneak and celebrate their birthday. Still trying to sneak and celebrate Juneteenth. All that dumb mess. You know, well, you know, it ain't bad for the kids. Or it ain't bad everybody else doing it. Well, everybody else gonna be burning just like you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get something that's too hot. Too hot. That's what you're gonna get. So, Israel, a few other things I'm about to talk about, and I'm gonna get into the lesson. But you know, I got to talk right now. See, they took this month, made Pride Month. But what is this month? What we do in this month? What feast that we do in this month? Pentecost. The wind of Yahshua for us, for our sins. But what they turn into? Pride Month. I'm going to talk about this later. I'm going to have a lesson about pride. So get ready for it, Israel. It's coming. It's not going to be nothing nice. But they love to try to blaspheme what the Father has for us on his months. You know? But see, Israel, they don't care nothing about that. We got a lot of them. They can't wait to put on that damn gold and red and green and all them dumb damn colors that ain't got nothing to do with us. But that's what they do. Israel love making the oppressor happy. The Father told us to choose none of the oppressor ways. He told us not to choose none of their ways. But our people study choose their ways. These folks give you these holidays to serve, and our people be dead on them. But when you tell them about the feast days, when you tell them about the Sabbath, when you tell them about the commandment, we don't do them things. You ain't got to keep them no more. Why? Because they lying as pastors. Tell them they don't have to keep none of that. When they know they got to keep it. Sending our people straight to hell. But they work for the heathens too. Don't forget that. I'm sick of motivation speakers. All them old worldly motivation speakers. They killing our people. And I got to say this before I, get into the lesson. What straight man you know? What straight man you know? Say show some love to these fags and gay folks. What straight man you know? I'm talking about Ray J. Cause he a fag too. He gay too. He'll sis ass. He a punkster. You wanna call he a fuss. That's what he is. See them, and I'm gonna say it, them niggas like that, them black niggas, they the one got our young youth mind messed up. Cause I ain't gonna talk about the older folk, cause you should know better. But I'm talking about our youth. Women don't know they women's. Women wanna be males. Men's don't know what they men. They wanna be young ladies. What kind of mess going on? We know the book said, and the book don't lie. The book says all that. It ain't happening. It said it's gonna be worse of the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. And it's worse in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. But guess what? Our people don't care. Our people will say in a minute, love is love. When they don't even know what love is. Love is finally lost as a commandment. The Father told you, if you love me, keep my commandments. My commandments not grievous. You got to delight when you're doing these commandments. Joy, happiness, meet the fruits of the Spirit. But see, that's the problem with our people. Our people don't know they got the fruits of the Spirit because they don't read the book. So if you don't read the book, how you gonna get them? How you gonna know about them? Because your Sunday pastor ain't gonna tell you. He'll tell you keep eating shrimp, pork, all that other crap. He gonna tell you ain't got to keep the commandment. He gonna tell you ain't got to keep the dietary law. He gonna tell you you ain't gotta do none of that stuff. Live your life. Get everything you need. Education rule the nation. The dumbest stuff I ever heard in my life. Education have killed our people. It have killed our people. Our people love the doctrines of man. They love the doctrines of man. Because they don't like this doctrine of this book. They like the doctrine of man and killing our folks. Because everybody got to be a master. Everybody got to be a doctor. All that dumb mess that don't mean nothing. So you trying to look good for man. But you ain't trying to please the Father though, but you pleasing man. A lot of our people don't even know they mind no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't even got a mind to understand nothing. Because they so trapped and bonded with this world that we live in. Because they can't hear the Father. So the Father said He's going to give them a reprobate mind. He gave a lot of them reprobate mind. I call them walking zombies. That's what they are, because they walking zombies. And they don't even want to hear the truth. They'll tell you get away from them. You bring some of that truth to them and watch what they tell you. I ain't trying to hear none of that, man. I'm going to do what I do. What I do, that's pride. See, that's a different type of pride, though. But it's pride, though. And the Father said, that pride of life, He ain't got nothing to do with it. So, He told you that in 1 John chapter 2 and verse 16. He don't have nothing to do with pride. That's the last thing He said. The pride of life. He have nothing to do with it. A lot of people so pride. So much other stuff I can talk about. But I'm going to get back into the lesson. But I got something coming that way shortly. All praise to the Abba, all praise to Elohim. So, Israel, what is the meaning of correction? Let's talk about a few meanings of it. The action or process of correcting something. And we're going to get more into, let's talk about the next part of it. A change that reflect a error or inaccurate error. So let's talk about that too after we talk about the last one. The definition of correction is a change that fix a mistake. And we're going to talk about the mistake. Start all the way back in the garden, actually, so let's keep going. Or punishment to correct a fault. So what you think Deuteronomy 28 is all about? Them curses for what? Them curses was our fault because we didn't do what? We didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. But what else? When the Father was correcting us, we didn't take it. Just like today, our people not hardened to His word. They're not hardened to His word. They don't want the correction because they're coming from me. It coming from somebody else that look like me. But you could put them other peoples up there. Them red people, I call red banks up there. They tune right into them. You put them other nationalities up there. They tune right into them. But somebody look like you don't want to hear them. Our people better wake up. The Father used who He want to use. He used His people. What He say, Israel is all that I have known. All the apostles, what they were, Israelites. Okay, so you gonna hear from Israel and where it go. That's who He showed His word to. So Now you know what correction is. You know, no need not to know what it is, because you got to take correction from the Father. But Israel, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to speed it up, because I know how y'all get. But let me speed it up. Well, let's talk about the number one thing. Let's talk about the number one thing. Is the book. It is the book. The book is the number one thing. And why are we going to talk about it? Let's see. What did the Most High say about the scriptures, Israel? What did the Most High say about the scriptures? We're getting ready to get into it. They go to 2 Timothy chapter 3. 2 Timothy chapter 3. I'm almost there, Israel. All right. 2 Timothy chapter 3. All right. And verse 16. Let's get to it. All scripture is given by inspiration of who? Yah. All scripture, not some, all. Let's keep going. And is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction. What? For what? Correction. That's what the book do. For instruction. Remember that word instruction, because we're going to talk about that later on in this lesson. In righteousness. So it's profitable. That correction, you got to be able to get correction. And we're going to talk about instruction, because they go right along with it. Go right along with it. Israel is important. So let's go to another place he talked about it at. Let's go to Romans 15. Romans 15. Let's go to Romans. Romans chapter 15. Talked about it some more. Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for what? Our learning. That we through patience, got to have patience with this word. Being correct, you got to have patience. And comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You might have hope. You got to get in these scriptures. Got to have patience in this walk. Got to be able to be corrected. Correction is all about being patient. All about having patience when you get correction. Because we don't know, everybody, we all don't know this whole book. The Father showed what he wanted to show us. He gives us what he want to give, but he don't give it for us. He give it for us to give to y'all. Israel, not for us. We learn, but it's the main thing to get to y'all. And we learn from giving, to y'all. So Israel, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving right along. So, all right. Another thing that go right along with correction. When you was young, you got that tail whooping. The Father called it chastising. He burn our tail up too. He give us them good whoopings because we need them. So, Israel, what is chastising? Let's talk about a few things about chastising. Okay, the first definition of chastising: to correct. Correct by what? Punishment or suffering. To correct by punishment or suffering. What the Father always tells us: suffer a little while longer. Suffer a little while longer. And the punishment, because we didn't follow the commandments, was them curses. But what that is, what that for? To correct you. Got to love that correction. Let's keep going. All right, Israel, let's talk a little bit more about that. Let's see and hear. Also, get understanding of the Father chastising and why the Father does it to his people Israel. Let's read about that Israel. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 3 and 12. Proverbs chapter 3 and 12. Let's get to it. All praises. 3 and 12. 3 in chapter 3 and verse 12. For whom the Most High loveth, he corrected. For who he loved, he corrected. Even as a father, the son in whom what? He delighted. Ooh, so he delights you when he correct you? So that means that you need to be delightful when you're getting corrected by the Father and the Son. Like your earthly father correct you. The Father of all correct you also. But let's keep going here, Israel. Let's go to we're gonna stay in Proverbs, but we're gonna go to chapter 13. Chapter 13 and verse 24. 13 verse 24. He that spare his rod hated his son, but he that loved him chastise him bedtime. That means quickly. He get on that tail quick. Tear that tail up, get you right. And that's what the Father do to us. So we have to understand the Father don't hate us when he chastises us. That's really putting us back in play, correcting us for our wrongdoings we've been doing. So he loves us. That's that tough love that you don't want sometimes, but hey, if he gonna give it to you, you better receive it and be delightful receiving it. You hear me, Israel? You better be delightful seeing it. Better be delightful receiving it. So, and I said better. Sure did. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 19. And we gonna read verse 18. All right, Israel. Chastising thy son while there is hope. Why they hope? He chastised because why is hope? Why he still got you in the light? Why you still living? Let's keep reading. And let not thy soul spare for his crime. That's with us, also with the kids. You got to tear the tail up. No matter how they crime. Give them a reason to cry. Like the Father tells us up. He give us a reason to cry. But do you think he won't slow down that tail when he tear that tail up? Not at all. Not at all. He gonna keep going. He gonna give you some understanding. He gonna get your mind right. So understand when you get that chastised, when you think you can't take no more, then remember the Father only doing that to correct you. Only doing it to correct you. So we're going to keep going, Israel. And we're going to talk about some more. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 12. We're going to go to Hebrews chapter 12. All right. I'm almost there, Israel. And we'll be reading verses 5 to 11. Let's get to it. All right. And ye have forgotten the anointing which speaketh unto you, as unto the children. My son, despise not thou the chastisement of the Most High, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Don't faint. Suck it up. You know what you did. Now you're getting chastised, but you're getting correction. Let's keep going. For whom the Most High loveth, he chastiseth, and scorned every son whom he received. Let's keep going. If ye endure chastisement, Yah dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastises not? Tell me what children don't get chastised, don't get correction. He give you them instruction. If you don't follow him, he corrects you. Then you get punished. That correction too. Order. Get to it. Let's keep going. But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So all them folks y'all see running wild out there doing, living their best life, they say, no chastisement by the Father. You heard what he called them, bastards. Ye are bastards. He ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do. If that's Israel or you ain't Israel, he ain't got nothing to do with you. You a bastard to him. He don't care about you. You leave here and die tomorrow. You go straight to the pit. But let's keep going. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subject unto the Father of what? Spirit, and live? Because that's what the Father give you. The Father give you life. He give you that spirit of life. He give you that spirit to live. You can also get the other spirit to go to hell and die too. So, make it on your own. It continues, death. For they verily, for a few days, chastising us after their own pleasures, but he for our proof, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now, no chastising for the present seem to be joyless, but grievous. Nevertheless, after it yield the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. That's why you have to stay in this book, keep getting these laws, statutes, and commandments, keep living it, keep doing it. As exercise, like you're going to work out. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. But you keep it because you love it. You want to get strong in it. It's like you get strong when you work out. And like the more you read this book, it's just like working out. You get strong in the faith. You get strong in the word. You get strong in the will. You get strong in working. You get strong in doing the will of the Father and Son. So, let's keep going. Let's go to Proverbs 10 and verse 27. Let's talk about it a little bit more, Israel. Because my thing, I'm trying to give you a good understanding about this correction. A lot of people don't want to hear it. I used to be like that. But now, you correct me. If I'm wrong, go on ahead, correct me. I'm listening. Gotta have that humble spirit. All right. The fear of the Most High prolong days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. So let me talk about that real quick. The Father said the fear of the Most High prolong days. That means that you in fear. So, hey, when he correct that tale, you get right. You love that correction. Because correction give you life. You get the spirit of life. But also, let's read the second part of it. What do you say? But the years of the wicked shall be shortened. So if you're a wicked Israelite, that life shall be shortened. Father is about his business. He ain't playing no games. He gonna take you up out of him. So why it's so important to do what the book say. Be able to get corrected. Because you're not able to be corrected, how the Father gonna use you? He can't. Because like the people, they got a chance to see all that glory, to hear all that glory, to see the wonders and wows and oohs and ahs back then. Even Moses saw the back of them. So think about that, Israel. We ain't never seen none. All we have seen through his people, the fruits of the Spirit, built their spirit and all that good stuff. It's a sermon. It's the only thing we'd have felt. We know who do things for us because he always, make a way for us. But just think about it, Israel. Think about it. Just get understanding about that fear of the Father will give you longer life. Matter of fact, gonna help you in that second life more because it's gonna give you forever afterlife in the kingdom with salvation, everlasting life. Be ruler over many. So, You can be ruled over many, or you can be ruled over none. You can get the everlasting life, or you can get everlasting life in eternal darkness. So you make it, make it easy for yourself. Israel, that's all I can say. But let's move on. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 8. And we'll be going to verse 33. 8 and 33. So, okay. That word came up again, instruction. Let's get to it. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Refuse it not. See, that right there, Israel, that mean a whole lot. But let me, I'm going to read verse 32. 32. Let me read verse 32. Now, therefore, hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. You heard that way back in the beginning in Deuteronomy chapter 28. You heard that. And what else he just gave to them? Hear the instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Be wise when you get correction. You get them instruction to be corrected. Israel, correcting is very important. Very important in this walk. But now when it got to it, now we will talk about instructions. Let's get to it. The definition, Israel, let's talk about instructions. That's that thing, put it all together right here. Let's get it. Instruction, a direction or order. Direction, order. Just like following the law, statutes, and commandments is. A straight direction, and it's an order and instructions to get to the kingdom. But let's keep reading. Instruction again, detailed information telling you how something should be done, operated, or assembled. It's like when you put something together, what you do? You get the instruction, right? To see how you're going to put the assembly together, right? On your jobs, at home. So what the commandment? You read them. Once you put them together, you assemble yourself to get up to the Father and the Son. So Israel, be able to follow instruction, because instruction is the key. Follow order. Be disciplined. So let's keep reading. The definition of instruction is the act of education. This book right here, this how I educate in this book, giving the steps that must be followed or in order. The Father put this in order for us. All we gotta do what the book say. That's all we gotta do. Do what the book say, not what no man say. What the book say is real. That's what we got to do. So Israel, let's talk about that. Israel, let's talk about Israel. This what the book say to his people. Listen to what the book say. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12. 12 and 1. 12 and 1, Israel. Whoso loveth instruction, loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. I mean that you're ignorant, you're stupid. You don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? You better love instruction. That go right along with correction. Let's go all the way up to correction. But let's keep going. Let's go to Proverbs 6 and 23. Proverbs 6 and 23 is real. All right. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of what? Instruction are the way of life. Whoa, the way of life. So they let you know what the commandments do. All in one right there, Israel. You can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with instruction. But then we're gonna keep reading though. We're gonna keep going to a few more. Let's go to 1 Peter. Let's go to 1 Peter real quick. All the way at the back. 1 Peter chapter 1. And we're gonna go to verse 19. All right, we there. 1 Peter chapter 1. All right. But with the precious blood of Yahshua, as of a lamb, without blemish and without spot. So now you know who took that correction for you. Because he was the only one with no blemish on him. Nothing wrong with him. He took all that correction for us, Israel, to this day. For our sins. And y'all think we ain't gonna have to do it back for him? Better wake up and get yourself together. As they say, you better get your life together. Cause see, a lot of our people, you know, they know everything. You know, they know too much of everything. So I just had to throw that in there. That wasn't in the lesson. But you know, the Father moved that way to throw that to show you who corrected your sins with no spot, no blemishes. So let's move along. We're getting ready to go to 2 Peter chapter 1. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 19. All right. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well, that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the dawn and the day star rise in your heart. So what arises in your heart every day, which is your mind, the Father, and the Son? That's what rise up in you every morning. They wake you up. Every morning they wake you up. They send an angel down to wake you up. Every morning, every noon, every night, however you go to sleep, when you get up, they send to wake you up. Not no man, not no alarm clock, not nothing but them. So we need to stay in the light. Stay in the light. Be able to be corrected, but stay in the light, which is the commandments. The commandments is the light. Here's the lamp. We need to stay in Israel. So let's move on to Proverbs chapter 15. Back to Proverbs. And we'll be going to chapter 15. 15 and verse 32. Where we'll be at. He that refuse instructions, you hear that word again? Instruction, despise his own soul. Ooh, you don't even care about your own soul. A lot of people don't care today. You see it. But he that hear reproof, getting understanding. Woo, you get understanding when you hear that. You get that reproof. When you get correction, getting that understanding. But see, you know, our people got to want this. No, not just me want, not just other people want it. You know, we all got to get this how we're going to be a family. On one accord, we all got to get this correction. But Israel, let's move along. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 17. We're going to keep moving along. He yields the way of life, that keep it what? Instruction. Woo! Got to keep them instruction to get that life. All right. But he that refuse it, reproof, erred. See, we have error. All of us have error in our life. But don't do that error until you die. You better get that you get that reproof, that correction. You better get it together and get it right, get it tight. But Israel, We're going to move along. That is instruction. That means correction also. So we really talk about a few more things. And I'm going to wrap this thing up in a little bit. Almost getting that time. Israel, let's talk about what you say out of your mouth when being corrected. So the Father gonna give you some great verses to think about when he correcting you, what you should do out of this mouth right here. Start on the inside, work his way outside. You know what defile you. So that old mouth, let's get to Israel. So we're gonna come out of Proverbs chapter 10, and we're gonna read verse 6. Bless are upon the head of the just, but violence cover the mouth of the wicked. That wicked mouth. Got a lot of wicked mouths out here today. But let's keep going, Israel. We're gonna drop down to verse 11. The mouth of a righteous man is well of life. Righteous man speak life, he don't speak death. But the violence cover the mouth of the wicked. You hear it again. You've been around wicked people. All they want to do talk about sex, alcohol, and who they gonna kill, what they gonna do, how bad they is, and all of them softer than Sharon Tisha. You know what I'm saying? But see, you want to use Sharon Tisha with them because, you know, I call them fluffies, you know. You might use that and get some on your hand that you don't need to. You feel me, Israel? So bypass them. Nonsense. But let's keep going. We're going to read verse 13 to 14. In the lips of him that hath understanding wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Woo! You see why our people be getting beat to death in them streets? They get in them jail, they beat them to death with that rod. And the Father used man for his rod. Now, for his whooping stick, the Father used man for that. Because they don't want to get right. They don't want to get that understanding. They don't want to get correction. Let's keep moving. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. We see a lot of foolish people out here near destruction right now. This whole pride thing they call is destruction. Look what been going on. They so-called pride month. Look at all the shootings and killings been going on every weekend, every other day. Father getting tired of it. But let's move right along, Israel. We're gonna stay right here in Proverbs 10. Let's go to verse 18. We're gonna go 18 through 21. 18 through 21. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth slayed is a fool. See, we got a lot of that going on today. That hatred, that slander. We got that slander is a fool. A slander is a fool. People out here slandering each other, doing all kinds of stupid, dumb stuff. Father ain't happy with it, getting them up out of him. Now let's keep going. In what the multitude of words, there wanted not sin, but he that refrained his lips is wise. So when people come to you, all that dumb stuff, ignorant stuff, even if they try to fight you, whatever, refrain yourself from them. And that's a hard thing because I still work on that. I know y'all, a lot of y'all still work on that. That's why we have to pray for one another to keep them things away from you and let them stay away from you. So I had to refrain myself from that foolishness at all times. But let's keep going. The tongue of the just is as choice or silver. The heart of the wicked is little war. Father don't have nothing to do with no wickedness. He tell you that. At all. At all. But let's go to the last one for this little part. The lips of the righteous feed many. The righteous, the lips, because you give out life with that. With this lip, with that mouth, you give out life with it. Know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. But the fools die for want of wisdom. That word of wisdom killing them dead. But let's drop down to verse 32 and 31. I'm reading them like this for a reason. So let's get to it. Verse 32. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable. We know what acceptable is. Not losing your mind, all that dumb crazy stuff. We know what's acceptable for that. We know what the Father gonna do for us. Because it's keeping him first, and we giving all the pleasure to him. But let's keep going. But the mouth of the wicked speak forward. You hear a lot of people, the law enforcement pull them over. They ask the law for what you pulled me over for. That forward mouth will get you killed. So it's just like when the Father tell them follow them law, statutes, and commandments. They say they don't believe in them. That's that forward mouth. Keep the Sabbath. I don't believe in it. Can't eat this, can't eat that. Oh, I don't believe that. That's that forward mouth. So the Father gonna take them out the game for it. So let's jump back up to 31. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom. Bring it forth wisdom. Because they believe in this word. How they get that wisdom. Because they took their correction. But let's read the second part of it. But the forward tongue shall be cut out. Better cut out, I mean, you're dead. You're gone from here. Because that tongue got you in some problem. That forward mouth, all that rambling and saying what you ain't gonna do and what you gonna do to somebody or do to something, got you out of here at checkout time. So Israel, we got a few more and I'll be done. We got a few more and I'll be done. But let's get to this one. The Most High Yah word does these corrections in your life, Israel. So let's read about that. Let's go to Hebrew chapter 4 and 12. Hebrew 4 and 12. All right. Hebrew chapter 4 and verse 12. I'm almost there. All right. Let's get it. Let's see what this word do. Yeah, we know what this word do. But let's hear about what it do for the when it's correcting you. For the word of Yah is quickened and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing assurance of soul and spirit, and of joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Everything start inside and outside. The Father start correcting you from the inside with that word. He cut you up, spirit and soul, all the way back to what? Your bone and your marrow. All the way back to your heart. The thoughts that come inner out. That's why you got to get that inner man cleaned up. Got to get that inner man right with the Father and the Son. And you got to be able to take correction. It's the only way you're going to get it right. But let's move on. Let's go to Psalm 147 and 15. Psalms 147 and 15. I hope y'all getting something out this lesson here, Israel. I enjoy it. When the Father showed me this, made me get right to it today and bring it out. Got finished with it today and bringing it out. So, all right. And verse 15. And let's get about what this word do when it corrects you. Let's get it. He sent forth his commandments upon the earth. His word runneth very swiftly. Let's keep going, because you're going to find out. Psalm 107, verse 20. Psalm 107 and 20. 107 and verse 20. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction. That's why the Father wrote this book to us. And he sent this. Now, what did he say? He sent his word. We know his word is the commandment. To heal them, to correct them, to deliver them out of destruction, because they was on that highway to hell. And a lot of people now on the highway to hell. That's what they on. If they don't get this correction through the book. Better get correction through this word. The Father word, Father and Son word. So, when you get time as well, in your leisure time, in your downtime, when you ain't got nothing to do, when you're relaxing time, which can be on the Sabbath, like we supposed to do, read Matthew chapter 8 in its entirety. Then also jump back and read Isaiah 49 in its entirety. Read them too and see the correction that the Father did. See the order, see the instructions, see the things that when the people got corrected and they followed, they believed, and saw how much faith they had in the Father after he corrected them. Get a chance, real, go check that out. But Israel, we have come to the end. So this is the last thing I will be talking about Israel. And it will be this. So it gonna come out of Proverbs chapter 10 once again. That Proverbs chapter 10 wasn't no joke. But let's get it. And it will be, Israel, this is going to happen to you if you hate the Most High Yah in Yahshua correction. This is what's going to happen to you. Proverbs chapter 10, verses 28 through 30. This is what's going to happen to you. If you don't harden, take heed, take correction. This is what's going to happen to you, Israel. All right. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. That's one verse which just told you what's going to happen to you if you don't, love correction. You're going to perish. Let's keep going. The way of the Most High is strength to the upright. The ways, that correction, when he correct you when you err. Strength. Let's keep going. To the upright. But destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. He just told you. Two. Destruction. I mean, as let's go right along with periods. I mean, they gonna wipe y'all. Let's get to the last one. Verse 30. The righteous shall never be removed. We should never be removed. We keep being righteous, doing what the Father said do, doing what the book said. Let's keep going. But the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The earth. Do you hear me? It means that you're going to be in that lake of fire, burning all eternity. Because everything coming to this world right here. So, Israel, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you got something out this lesson. You know, I really enjoyed bringing the lesson out. It was a blast. It was a blessing to be able to be chose to do the Father work, to do the Father business. And once again, Israel hate correction. With that said, Israel, nothing but love this way, peace and blessing. Always love Israel. Always love. Long live the King. Shalom.
One of the most dangerous things in Africa today is to declare that you are going to fight against corruption, even if you are the president. Corruption is such an enterprise that there will be no shortage of individuals who want to liquidate you and to eliminate you altogether.
Yeah, wake up to the sunrise. I be like, thank you, Lord. Make an evil person tongue-tied. I be like, thank you, Lord. Heard one of my enemies died. I be like, thank you, Lord. Heard a fake brother switch sides. I be like, thank you, Lord. You ain't never tripping. You ain't never missing. You ain't never lied. We don't pay attention. You ain't never tripping. You ain't never missing. You ain't never lied. I just hate to listen. You blind when it come to mine, riding coattails in the summertime. My to-do list full of music, but stay above water, getting underlined. If it ain't truth that you come to find, then it's never mine, cause I'm sick of trying. I just flip modes like I'm Busta Rhymes, and I flip the mode from a 6 to 9, cause these demons always trying to energize, but I'm energized. They get hypnotized when I pluck their eyes. I never sympathize. I heard life a beach, then we synchronize, swim. Do we hit the show, trying to make sure we ain't living like them? But keep our eyes open and we watch the sharks while they watching our limbs.
Because corruption is a big industry. People pay school fees. People enjoy good life on the basis of corruption. So that those who have declared themselves to be in the forefront against corruption on the line of fire, they can be eliminated anytime.
Yeah, wake up to the sunrise. I be like, thank you, Lord. Make an evil person tongue-tied. I be like, thank you, Lord. Heard one of my enemies died. I be like, thank you, Lord. I be like, heard a fake brother switch sides. I be like, thank you, Lord. You ain't never tripping. You ain't never missing. You ain't never lied. We don't pay attention. You ain't never tripping. You ain't never missing. You ain't never lied. Wow. I just hate to listen. Motivated to do more now. My God reign forever when he poured down. You get soap with mercy while you doing the work. I'm just hoping he don't pull a cord now. Fly high, bring a lot of pain, so I'm sore now. When I soar now, they say time is money. Well, I got the time. Tell me what I can afford now. But gotta stay on my J.O.B. Cause he talk to me like I'm J.O.B. Trying to go back like Naomi. Rather show didn't tell, pray that they gon' see. Don't know what I'm gonna feed, but I know that they gonna eat. Faith all the way up, got me God body and courageous. And I know you ain't never lied. I know you got the supply. I know what I gotta do.
I just like the sound.
I know you ain't never lied. I know you got the supply. And I know what I gotta do. Yeah, wake up to the sunrise. I be like, thank you, Lord. Make an evil person tongue-tied. I be like, thank you, Lord. Heard one of my enemies died. I be like, thank you, Lord. Heard a fake brother switch sides. I be like, thank you, Lord. You ain't never tripping. You ain't never missing. You ain't never lied. We don't pay attention. You ain't never tripping. You ain't never missing. You ain't never lied. I just hate to listen.
Lion of Judah Ministry. Oh God, Turn up. One Piece music. Turn up. 12 tribes. True Hebrew, I got that holy blood up on me. Everybody wanna be Hebrew. Everybody ain't blood bought. Sons and daughter of the slave light in me. 12 tribe on my king and for the full tribe. Blood in and out, I'm begging for the most high. Never stop spreading the word until the casket draw. It's like a lamb there, show me the way. It's like a light there, guide me the right away. I'm working in vineyard, I'm searching, I'm looking for lost sheep. Who sent you One Piece? I was sent by the Most High. Blue boat, that's the Exodus, that 24. The house of Israel. We all priests, we're supposed to teach. That's what the king said. The covenant still stand. Hebrew 8:8. Exodus, that 24. You know I'm blue. Deuteronomy 28. You know I'm blue. Hebrew 8:8. You know I'm blue. Everybody wanna be Hebrew, but they don't want these curse. Everybody wanna be Hebrew, but they don't want these curse. Blood in and out high, I'm all in. They wanna kill us all, they came with the chosen people. I know we curse, but the Most High still with us. Nothing racist, salvation is for everybody. The king won't rest until his people free. So who his people be? They look like you and me. Fake Jewish man, please get up on my land. Revelation 2:9, yes, it's biblical. Yeah, we blood, but Israel ain't going nowhere. You coming with that foolishness, don't approach me. Moses split the Red Sea, we all got baptized. Exodus, that 24, you know I'm blue. Deuteronomy 28, you know I'm blue. Hebrew 8:8, you know I'm blue. Everybody wanna be Hebrew, but they don't want these curse. Everybody wanna be Hebrew, but they don't want these curse. Blood in and out high, I'm all in. Turn up. All praise to the Most High. Turn up. All praise to the Most High. Turn up. All praise to the Most High. Turn up. All praise to the Most High.